How can you maximize productivity when working from home? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Virtual Coffee Chat with Lewis. Today I have a full mug. And yes, I'm Lewis, if in case that wasn't already obvious. Love me some coffee. So, I hope you're enjoying your coffee as well. Let's talk a bit about some productivity. How to maximize productivity when we're working from home. Yesterday, I talked how to keep focused, so I consider those the basics, the essentials. But let's try going a bit above and with some, let's go with three tips, three slightly oblique tips that might be a bit less tool and app centric and process centered. So let me explain what I mean with that. So number one, dress the part. Dress, for work or within reason, right? So look at my case. I could be in my pajamas, but I'm not. And I didn't put this shirt on just for recording the video, right? Even though I'm working from home, I still try to put a shirt on, right? Not even a t-shirt, a shirt, or I put, a polo, right? Something that I wouldn't be ashamed to take to a casual office. I'm not saying that you have to put a suit. Now, I personally enjoy wearing blazers. In winter, I wear blazers. Now it's summer here in Portugal. It's quite warm, so it's uncomfortable to wear a blazer. But, I get a nice, short-sleeved shirt or polo, and that's pretty good. And, when I do that, I feel more, I feel more inclined to work. I feel more productive. It's definitely a different feeling than if I just, got up and started working on my pajamas or my workout clothes. It helps you shift your mind, right? So that's number one, dress the part. Number two, make time for yourself. And yes, shocking to hear this, when we're talking about productivity at work. But I found that it's really easy while working remotely, it's really easy to not take any breaks, to overwork. And while that gives you a temporary boost in productivity, long term it really drags your productivity down and your focus down. So I talked about scheduling in a previous chat, right? This is a bit, beyond scheduling, though part of it is still making sure to schedule when you should start and stop work, but it's also about, having breaks, right? If you wear a fitness tracker like I do, right, or even a fancy Apple Watch, you can probably program some random intervals where it will warn you to take a break. And after you're done with your work day, make sure that you do something that you care about. You go out, you have some you have a walking nature, or you watch a movie, something to wind down, right? To separate yourself from work. And again, this doesn't sound very intuitive when talking about productivity, but try it for a week and you'll see that actually relaxation and taking time for yourself is definitely not opposed to productivity. It works in tandem. It's a requirement, let's say. So finally, number three, exercise, workout, whatever you want to call it. I touched on it a bit, previously, like just seconds ago, but the base standard is go out for a walk, right? The thing that all the fitness trackers tell you to do is take 10,000 steps. I'm not a super fan of that number. It just feels too clean, too neat, too tidy. And things that just look too perfect usually aren't true. But you know what? Probably not going to hurt if you do the 10,000 steps. Maybe you wouldn't need so many. Maybe you would need a little more. But hey, it's probably a good goal to aim for, at least. If that's just, if you just feel bored by walking, right? I can definitely understand that. Do some workout. You can even do it in your home, right? Some people like to go to the gym. That's fine. I personally don't, but I do grab some workout video games. Nintendo Switch has plenty of them. And do some high intensity, like 30 minutes of high intensity exercises every morning. And that really gets me, ready to go. This might sound a bit obvious and even a bit trite, but think about it. When you're working from home, you're moving a lot less, right? In the office, even if you had to go to the office, right, and then sit down for 8 hours straight, not getting up to get any coffee or drinks or whatever, super unhealthy, you would at least have to move a little bit to get into the office, right? I don't believe that you get carried right from the from public transportation or from your car directly into your cubicle. So even people working at an office move somewhat more than people are required to move, let's say, somewhat more than people working at home. When you're working at home, you have the liberty to basically you have the liberty to do almost zero movement, literally almost from your bed to your desk. And, in case of some people that work from the bed, which I don't recommend, not even that. So definitely, right, make room for movement and for exercise. And I guess you could argue, I was talking about productivity. I guess you can argue that this is actually mental health advice, right? I hadn't thought about it. But yeah, number one, dress the part. Number two, make time for yourself. Number three, exercise. You could argue that. The reality is that there's no productivity without mental health. So, consider that. I barely touched my coffee. I'm sorry. I hope you have been drinking yours. In any case, if you enjoyed this, please visit thinkremote.com. There's a lot more tips on how to be better at remote work, regardless whether it's maximizing mental health or productivity or getting started. And if you enjoyed the video, please press like, subscribe, and share. This was Louise with Virtual Coffee Chat, and see you tomorrow.